Alright, so this is a little guide on the Quicky Crispy skip at the start of chapter 2, right here. Which saves about 30 seconds, so it's quite major. And not terribly hard. So yeah, first step, you take the path as usual. But right here you jump off this corner to get on top of the ship. And then you want to get to this side. Now, the ship is kind of non-solid, so if you don't move, you just start to clip through. So you just want to be moving as much as possible. You see me kind of like wiggling around there. You can even try jumping a little bit. But yeah, just try to get to this part, about to this round thing. And just keep moving until the ship starts taking off. When it actually starts taking off, which is right here, you want to hold one direction and kind of spam the opposite one. Since I'm here, I like to do it to the left, so I just walk along the ship. And this will get you very slightly moving for as long as you need. So that way you won't clip through. This is pretty much the most consistent way to get this. Round about when the ship starts turning, like here, the whole ship's solid and you don't need to worry about doing this anymore. Then you just want to move to this edge of the ship, right here. And then when it turns a little bit more than this, just like another second, you want to jump through this part of the building, somewhere in the middle, like around about here along this line. And out of your jump, punch relatively late. So like jump off and then punch late. This is the good version when you land up here on the blue thing. If you kind of mess up your timing on the punch or just a bad jump, you might land down here. That's also not an issue, but this is better. So let me show what you do if you land down here. If you land somewhere down here, avoid this left part at all costs. This is the closing trigger for the door. But since the door isn't open yet, that's going to mess things up. So yeah, to get up from here, you'll just wall run basically near the middle of this wall. Since this wall over here is slanted, and this wall over here is slanted, but this one right opposite of me is straight, so you just wall run up, wall run again, and then you're up here. Yeah, once you're up here, you want to hit this little part on top of the door. Easiest way to get in there is to just jump and punch in there. Or something like this. And that'll hit the opening trigger for the door. As you can see, it's open now, and you might have heard it. After you hit that, you just drop down now to this left part of the ledge. That'll hit the closing trigger for the door, which you will hear. This door will open, and it also says checkpoint reached down here. After that, you wall run up again. Up here. Now all of this is loaded in. So you can jump down here, either through this wall, which is non-solid, but that's a little risky, so I like to just take the straight jump and land right on here. Then go on the left here, go through this wall. You don't want to walk along straight here because there's a cutscene trigger around here for the tank to appear, and that's what we want to skip. So just move along the left, and after that jump back on. There's a trigger somewhere here for the tank to shoot this part of the hallway off, so we want to also skip that. So on this curve, you just want to like jump off and land back on to just avoid this part entirely. Something like that. And you'll see it flash, but it doesn't actually shoot anything. That's good. And the second tank shot here, you can't really skip, but this distance is very easy to jump. So just on this thing, which is also slightly has a slightly different color than these others, so it's pretty easy to recognize even when it's not shot off yet. Or you can just take a jump punch from here. And then from here on out, the skip's done and you take the casual route. So that's that. Also, one thing to keep in mind is if you ever fail on the part with the ship, if you ever like hit a kill plane in the air, restarting from checkpoints or just respawning is probably going to mess triggers up. It does that a lot. So if you ever die to those kill planes, just quit out to menu and just start from chapter select again. If you die to those, the kill triggers are like more prevalent and you die to those when you really shouldn't. It's something weird like that. But yeah, good skip.